Welcome to Listertainment. Today is all about seeing fighters who became superheroes for just a minute. Thanks to their training, they were able to step in and do something to help somebody else. Let's get started. There was a distraught guy at the park in New York City, and he was trying to take a stroller with a baby inside, and there were others present trying to stop him, but it wasn't really working until a professional Muay Thai fighter came into the scene. Brian Kemsley was on the scene, just standing back waiting to see if other people could take care of it. But when the man was able to break free, Brian stepped in and put him in a rear naked choke and took him to the ground until police arrived. He said he didn't want to hurt the guy, and this was the best way to stop him from doing something even stupider that could get him hurt. A crazy man was stalking a mom and her 3 kids getting off the bus when he suddenly jumped and tried to grab the 2-year-old. A ton of people intervened, but the man just wouldn't give up. They tried locking him outside the store, but he just kept coming, attacking everyone, until a 16-year-old wrestler rushed into the store, grabbed onto the man, and slammed him to the ground, pinning him there until the police came. There were a ton of people trying to help at first, but it really sucks that in the end, nobody jumped in to help Conan Bauer, the district wrestling champion, although it didn't seem like he really needed it. If you are enjoying this video, please make sure to punch the crap out of the like button, also subscribe and turn on those post notifications. Matt Murray was just minding his own business in his home when he noticed that a man running from police was hiding in his backyard. He goes to confront him, which shows the gigaballs he has. And when the man tried to come at him off camera, he used his jiu-jitsu skills and subdued him. Then he just eventually calmly walked him out to the police. Of course, the police recognized this hero and gave him an award. Kevin Holland even stopped the criminal. Yes, the Kevin Holland who fights for the UFC and is going to fight next week against Alex Oliveira. He noticed a man trying to steal his neighbor's car. He stepped up like a good neighbor, chased the man down, and held him until police arrived. He looked to have chased him while he was almost getting away in the car, since you can see the car all banged up in the background. I don't think I would step in if I worked in a store and there was somebody trying to steal, but Sam Hobish, who was working in a fancy suit, had no problems getting in there and using his MMA training. This guy walked into the store and brandished some kind of weapon and asked Sam to give him the money in the register. Sam was tired of this shit. He wasn't even supposed to be there that day, and he just tackled him and subdued him until police came. There were no injuries, which is great considering somebody had a weapon, and I'm talking about Sam with his massive steel balls. Yet another car thief tried to steal the wrong car, and he picked the car belonging to Jordan Williams, who used to compete in the UFC, and for some reason, he liked to keep his car doors unlocked. It even looks like he didn't even notice the guy was in the car until it started moving, at which point he started to run. He opened the door, because the thief is another guy who doesn't lock the doors, and delivered some good punches, pulling him out like GTA. He only regrets that he couldn't apprehend him, but at least he got his car back. We all know that criminals are idiots, but this guy has to be the biggest moron of all time. He actually walked into Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Academy. Hey, real quick, what's up with that casting couch in the back there? Anyways, he tried to rob the receptionist. She screamed, and then we hear stomping coming up the stairs. And guess what? It's the freaking instructor and the students, and they follow him into the night, but he made a getaway on his bike. Talk about going to hold up a freaking gun shop. David West, a state boxing champ, was in a Florida pharmacy when he saw a guy trying to hold up the shop. He was actually there to visit his girlfriend, and it wouldn't hurt to look like a tough guy in front of her, so he stepped in and took the guy down. He delivered 4 brutal punches and knocked him out, and held him until police arrived. You never know what these guys might have on them, so to step in there requires a ton of guts. This guy had robbed a store, and this woman, with those massive guns, grabbed a hold of him and didn't let go until the cops arrived. This hero didn't take any chances in letting this guy go. She held him until the police put him in cuffs, since they were being kind of cavalier about it. She then just flipped her hair at the end, like it was just a normal thing to do. You just love to see when criminals have terrible luck. This man walked into a hotel lobby and tried to rob it with a gun in hand, then tried to walk away, but the clerk was quick and jumped on his back to try and stop him. Then some guys were walking by who were actually in town for an MMA competition. This is the worst kind of luck. It wasn't just one guy. 2 heroes stepped in and subdued the guy and stopped him from reaching for his weapon. It was Brent Rivera and his students who said they didn't even try and hit the guy since they didn't feel threatened. What must it be like to have so much training that you don't feel threatened when wrestling with an armed robber? Insane. This Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu student saw a massive cop having trouble arresting a criminal on the side of the street, so he stepped in with a calmness that training gives you and just gave this officer a class on how to use Jiu-Jitsu to arrest somebody. He was talking to him the entire time, telling him about the body weight and the underhooks. This cop is built like a tank, but still had trouble arresting this older man. But by listening to this guy, they were able to quickly get him under control and pry his arms until they arrested him. Let me know in the comments if you would be willing to get involved like these fighters. I would like to think I would, but in reality I would probably just run away. Thanks for watching this video. See you next time.
Ain't no motherfucker in this world could do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising.